You want me to get a better picture? You want me to come onto the gate?
Bring it up.
Right.
Pull your mask down so we can identify you.
The government is not to be trusted, man, unfortunately. But you can, when the police come, I'll tell it to them. And then that way they can talk to you guys. That way we got a proper chain of communication. That's all. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. You gotta give me a verbal trespass. If you want me to leave, I'll leave. No, but I was never on there. I was never past those gates. That's their property. That's public easement. Can I get the supervisor out here?
We can get a supervisor.
Get supervisor out here. They're trying to say that this is their property, and that's what we're trying to figure out.
Okay. Yeah, over there it is, but over here it's not.
So you're saying that sign right there, with the sign is their property?
Yeah. Basically, that's their property to the curb, part of that shared.
And is there any documents that you can show me that's their property? I got no problem IDing myself. I got no problem leaving.
What happens when a man with a camera challenges the authority of a U.S. Army Reserve center and wins? In this intense standoff, military personnel claim their turf, but one auditor stands his ground, demanding proof, not threats. With police called and tensions rising, it all comes down to one question: who really owns the ground we stand on?
You want me to come into the gate? And I can't hear you, bud.
I'm asking you what your business is. Do we have an issue? You got your face covered too.
You want me to get a better picture? You want me to come onto the gate?
Bring it up.
Right.
Pull your mask down so we can identify you.
You'll never be able to do that, sir.
I'm just saying.
What I'm doing here is none of your business. Oh, yeah.
It's very suspicious to us.
Call the police. That's what you see. That's what you should do. That's smart. When you call the police, let them handle it. You said I can come into the gate, right? I come to the gate? No? Okay, so you don't want to talk no more?
We're right here.
So I can come. I can walk.
I don't know why you're doing this. You're not supposed to be doing that for a government building like this. Do you understand that? Do you know that that's suspicious activity? Do you understand that?
That is what?
That is suspicious activity.
Oh.
Nobody's over here bothering you. Nobody's got weapons over here, but you're out here with a covered mask, and you're out here with a telephone filming outside of our perimeter here.
Well, you know what? Unfortunately, things in life don't work out the way it should, though.
I'm just saying.
So I can go into the gate, right?
Nobody's preventing you from anything.
Okay, so I got your permission, right?
We didn't say you come into the gate.
No, I ain't say come in. I don't want to come in though. I'm just right here.
Yes, ma'am. We have a gentleman here. We're at the United States Reserve Center on Griffith Drive. He's got a mask and he's got a camera and he's covered himself up. And he's just been out here for a while, just filming us. And I don't know. We don't know.
Actually, I've been out here for 5 minutes, so that's a lie. Oh yeah, you did say for a while, so he kind of went back with it.
But we'd like for somebody to come over here and at least have it checked out.
That's sad. Our own military. Our own military, man. That's sad, dude.
What's that?
What's sad is y'all scared of a camera. That's sad.
I'm not scared of the camera.
Well, he seemed like he is.
My question is,
see, you gotta ask questions.
What's going on? So that's what I want to know. What's going on? Like, what made you just come and just film the center? Since the whole time I've been here, I ain't never seen that. So I'm
you know what? You're witnessing something new, then.
So fill me in.
Unfortunately, the government is not to be trusted, man. Unfortunately, but you can. When the police come, I'll tell it to them. And then that way they can talk to you guys. That way we got a proper chain of communication. That's all. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. The police gonna show up. I'll be here. Actually, I'll probably.
What you're doing is to say government is not to be trusted, basically.
No, then that's not what.
I'm trying to know, like what exactly? Like explain it to me. That's all.
Well, when the police shows up, if they show up, I will explain it to them better than I can explain it to you. But this is public property, right?
Yeah, you public right now. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's all that matters.
The biggest issue is, you filming over here, so we're trying to find out, all right, what's going on?
Well, like I said, when the police show up, sir, more people are coming now. Sir. I don't answer any questions, man. Like I said, I will answer questions when law enforcement show up.
Yeah, feel free. This is, you know what this is, the Reserve Center. Yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. If you're sick, let us know. All right?
I'm doing all right, man.
What are you doing?
Waiting on the police to show up, bro. That's what I'm doing right now, sir.
So why are you recording a federal facility?
Why did you join the Army? I'm asking the question. Why did you join the Army?
I love my America.
You love America?
Thing, bud. You cannot be on federal ground recording.
This is federal.
Federal, yes.
This is federal. This ain't public.
No.
So this
Facility.
what's federally? What's taxpayer? Who funds this facility though?
Who what?
There's a gate right there, right?
Who funds it?
Yeah.
The federal government.
Federal government. That's my church? No, that's not my church. Well, unfortunately, I have the right to film, sir.
Oh, okay. All right, bud. Hope you enjoy it.
You too, man. We're at the U.S. Army Reserve Center on, I think it's in Manhattan, Kansas. Just look up U.S. Army Reserve Center in Manhattan, Kansas. Don't be putting your gloves on like you intimidating me, because you're not, sir. Get off the street, man.
Hey, I'm Officer Tyrant with the Raleigh County Police Department. Badge number is 67, all right?
What about you, sir?
Officer Jolly, Raleigh County PD, number 91.
Okay.
So what you're doing right now is legal.
Mhm.
You probably know that. You can be right there. I will say this. I had a few witnesses, military uniforms, say that you were on their property.
I wasn't.
At one point.
I wasn't on property. That right there is public easement. Where that street sign is, that's public easement. I never went past those gates.
Yeah, we don't, because like if it snows, the city doesn't plow that. That's their property. So at this time, right now you're not doing anything illegal, so you're not in trouble for what you're doing now. You can film all day, brother, if you want. But since you were on their property,
I wasn't on that property. That's public property. That's public easement.
so they want to issue you we're going to issue a criminal trespass warning, which means you're not in trouble right now. It just means if you go back on their property,
You gotta give me a verbal trespass. If you want me to leave, I'll leave.
No,
but I was never on there. I was never past those gates. That's their property. That's public easement. Can I get supervisor out here? Since
Yeah,
you
we can get a supervisor.
get supervisor out here.
We can get a supervisor.
Get supervisor out here.
6'7", Raleigh. But at this time, do you have ID with you?
I need to wait for your supervisor, sir.
Okay. all
Can
right.
that's the best option. Am I being detained?
Yes, you are detained because of criminal trespass.
That's public property. That is public property.
Yep, you good? You just we'll hang out and wait.
That's fine,
But yeah, right
And
now.
sir, don't do
all
that.
day.
Don't do that splitting routine, man. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to do a splitting routine. You're gonna try to tackle me, and that's not gonna end well, sir.
We're 1012, the subject. He is requesting to speak with the supervisor.
That's why I am, because that's public property.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We weren't here, so I'm not even like it's not court or anything.
I know I'm not court. I'm exercising my constitutional rights.
Hey, bro, give me a sec. Give me a sec. Can you give me a second? Can you give me that?
I'm giving you a second.
All right, thank you. I really appreciate that because you didn't have to do that, and I really appreciate that. All right. So if you're saying that you're on that easement, I am not saying that you weren't. So all I'm saying is that because that guy, if he's lying, then he's lying to we're recording. Obviously, you know that you record. Then he's lying to a police officer. Okay. So we asked him, plain and simple, hey, was the gentleman across the street on your property? He said yes. So several other, including the first sergeant, said yes. So we're just taking it on their word. That doesn't mean you're in trouble. If they said, hey, you stole something, we wouldn't take their word.
If they said,
just listen to me.
my bad. You're right. That's respect.
So all I'm doing, since he said that, I said, okay, cool, brother, I got you. So then I went over here and asked you. You said you weren't. Totally fine. So at this point, it's just a criminal trespass warning. That's it.
Well, then tell me, then, that's fine. If you're going to give me a warning, I'll stay right here.
Yeah, the problem is we don't know who you are. So
That's,
we have to identify.
you have to give me a verbal warning first.
That's what I'm doing. You're not in trouble.
And I wasn't. That's their property. Past that gate is their property. That's public easement.
I think you misunderstand it. This is what I'm doing is giving you the verbal. You're not in trouble. You
Well, then that's fine. Give me a verbal warning. I'm not going to go.
Correct.
I had no intent to go on their property.
You are correct, sir. I am giving you a verbal warning. The only thing I'm saying is, at this point, I'm giving a verbal warning to a guy in jeans and a hoodie. So if you come back to the property, there's no way.
I have no intentions to come back.
That's why
I have no. Here's the thing. I had no intentions of even going on their property. I was never on their property because that's past those gates. What it really comes down to is they want to know who I am, and they're not going to get that information unless I've broken the law, which I have not. I have not done at all. I have no intentions of going past those gates. That's their property. That sign, that's public easement. That's all public easement.
So you're saying that you weren't ever on this side at all, but you were. But you're saying you were in what you consider the public easement.
It's public property, public easement.
Okay.
The city maintains this. That right there, past those gates, that's their property. If I went inside those gates, that's a whole different story.
Okay, so you're saying, okay, so cool. So you're, hey, I like that. That's fair. Supervisor gets here and they consider that that you're correct. Then hey, I guess it's deuces, man. You do what you want to do. Why can't you do what you want to do?
I can't. I had no intention.
No, I don't have any intention. Man,
I had no intention,
you
man.
haven't threatened me. You haven't talked down to me. You ain't called me any kind of names. Man,
why would I do that?
One of the most respectful people I've met today.
Why would I do that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I got no harms with you, brother. I got nothing against you. You seem like some guy I meet in the neighborhood and just say hi to you. You're fine with me. They're the ones that called us.
Yeah,
you realize that.
That's sad. Our military.
In here, we're dealing with something totally different, man.
And you know what's sad though? Our military can't respect the Constitution that they served on. They're supposed to serve the Constitution. That's their first oath, to protect the Constitution. This is a constitutional active activity. This is perfectly legal.
Yeah, that's what first thing I said. Remember that? I said you were illegal right here. There's nothing you did. He made a claim, so I just got to investigate. If it turns out Sergeant said, you know what, this is public, you weren't on, hey, we just.
If you could show me proof that that's their property too, I have no problem identifying myself, but I need to see proof because they could be lying. They could be lying. They could say that this was their property too, and this. I don't know who this place is. Yeah. They could say this is their property. I need proof though.
No, that's true. I'll get you, bro. If I was you, I would say the same thing.
I need proof, man.
So were you ever in the military?
I would never serve the government, man.
I got you.
They done too much bad stuff to us, man. I would never do that.
So are you doing like a research paper or like a piece or something like that?
I'm exercising my constitutional rights.
Okay.
That's what I'm.
Protest?
It's the right to film, sir.
Hey.
The right to film, man. Y'all been respectful towards me. I've been in a lot of encounters where cops haven't been respectful. They don't get no answer. But you have been respectful towards me, so I'm gonna show respect back.
I appreciate that all day. Man. Hey, as soon as I take off work, bro, hey, I got jeans on, a hoodie, and I'm just a normal dude. Some cop can stop me all day, and he don't know who I am. So I try to treat people as if I was in their shoes. Because I've been in their shoes all the time. This is only 10 hours a day.
Yeah.
So I'm just...
Like, if they can show me proof that that's their property, their property, right there, those two grass lines, then I have no problem IDing myself. But until I see proof, I will not.
Now, that makes sense.
Because they can make any assumption up, and that's not... They can't do that.
Okay. Another thing that, and like I said, I'm not saying this is legal or not, but they mentioned, they made a claim that you were taking pictures of a young lady's driver's license, or her license to her car.
I'm not going to answer questions, sir, at this time. I want to answer questions.
No, that's fine. You don't, I just didn't know if, and like I said, I haven't read your Miranda because you haven't done anything wrong. I'm just saying, I didn't know if like you knew the lady or something like that. If you have, it's like an ex-girlfriend or anything, it's probably not. I'm just trying to check all the boxes because I'm trying to see.
I wouldn't answer that question, sir. Personal is personal, professionalism is professionalism.
Okay,
right?
And the reason why I said that, I'm kind of leading to that, because they mentioned that, I didn't mention that. Because I had no idea, right? I just rolled up.
They can mention I did a double backflip in the air and then soared through their gate. They can mention a lot of things, man. People talk.
You be good then. Only reason I even said something about the female, I didn't know if there was any like concerns of like stalking or anything, like somebody had a PFA against you or something like that.
Women are not worth stalking, bro.
Okay.
They are not worth. They are not, bro. They're not worth all that, bro.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah, I know, but it ain't worth it for me.
I went to a call a couple years ago. Dude was outside the bushes of her work.
That's
We
sad.
ended up catching him, and sure enough, she had a PFA on him.
That's sad.
So, but I'm sure
There's plenty of fish in the sea, bud.
I like that too. Okay, I just thought I'd ask because they said something about the license plates, but make sure I'm not confusing it. Even if we were to, if they proved that that's their property and we got your ID, we're not issuing a ticket. You're not in trouble. It is just a warning. That's all it would be.
Well, I mean, I'll leave. If you want me to leave right now, I can leave. I'm not even from here. So.
Well, that's the thing. Like, what it is, okay, like, put this example. Like, say you lived at this house, and then you called the police and was like, some dude in a blue shirt, blue pants, was on my property. I want him gone. We showed up, and we stopped that guy. You would go, I want him trespassed, I want him back. I said, well, I'll let him go. He's like, well, you don't even know who he is. And like, hey, I know,
but you gotta give me a verbal warning first.
That's all it is. It's just, we have to identify the person because it's like, who are we giving a verbal warning to? But essentially, you could just, like, that same person can just come back and come back and come back because we never identified him. And you know what I'm saying? So that's why we have to identify the person.
And here's another thing too. I know that's public property right there, that grass area right there. I know it's public property. So if they said that was on their property, I mean I had to go past those gates. There are gates for a reason. These are gates. There's gates for a reason. Okay. Because they're a restricted area and that's their property. That's public easement, man.
Yeah, he's gonna have to put. I see him pointing and talking, so I'm guessing that's what he's trying to.
And if he got a printout or some proof to show me, he needs to show me that. Because I plan on fighting this criminal trespass. If it's legit, I got no problem. But I need to figure out if that's public property, which it is because of that sign being right there.
I mean, I'm gonna just throw it, one more time and try. I mean, like I said, we can wait for supervisors. That's definitely your right. Hopefully, he gets here soon. But in reality, you were either way.
Like really, all I'm trying to do is leave.
Well, what I'm saying is.
But I don't want to ID myself because I did nothing wrong. Okay. That's where the problem. That's why I'm getting you, supervisor.
That's the problem. That's what I'm saying. It can go a whole lot faster. We just write.
So why would I want strangers to have my ID? I don't know them from a.
We're not gonna give them your ID.
You're gonna give them my name. They're not gonna have my. They can give them my name. They're gonna know who I am, and I don't want them to know who I am. If I've done it wrong, actually, if I did something wrong, I have no problem with that. But I haven't done nothing wrong.
Yeah.
I do this all over the country, man.
I know what you're saying. Criminal trespass is touchy though, but you're right. We need to.
And there is no trespass signs on here. There's supposed to be trespass signs. They should be like, this is the government property of this base. There's supposed to be trespass signs. Where's there is none? Okay, there you go. Which one is that one? Do you know? Or no?
Yes,
Becky. Beckman? Or is it?
Yes. I mean, like I said, he might just be like, they don't have the paperwork. Deuces.
Yeah.
I mean, for you, for real, hopefully you say that.
If they ain't got no paperwork, that's how it should be.
So
there should be trespass signs along these walks. You know what I'm saying? If it was a trespass sign, it'd be different. But they don't show nothing to say trespassing except beyond those gates.
And that's what I was getting at, man. Trespass is, and you make a valid point. Trespass is iffy. Like, it's kind of like the whole, let's make a restraining order on them. Like, you can technically get one on me right now. You can be like, tomorrow I'll be like, I don't know, I just don't like him, I'm fearful. If they serve me, I just be like, all right, well, I'm not gonna violate it because I'm not gonna go to his house. I don't have any problems against him. So it's like, I get it, people don't want it, but with the trespass, if Popeyes trespass me, yeah, I'll be mad I can't get some chicken. But I'd be like, all right, you just trespass me for no reason. All right, I just won't go there. Cool. But some people.
If a person's telling me to leave their property, more likely I'm just gonna leave. I'm just not gonna come back. I got no reason to go on their property, man.
And that's the thing, like you won't get in trouble. All this, like they'll be like, all right, criminal trespass warning means you just can't come back on there. If you come back on the property, then you could get arrested. But you won't come back because you know what to do.
I'm not from. Yeah, I've been doing this for years.
And so it's kind of like all for nothing in a way. It just makes the person.
I know. I've been doing this for years, man.
How many years have you been doing it?
4 years.
4 years?
I know where it's public when it's not public. I know that cops lie. I've had bad experience. I've been falsely arrested plenty of times, man.
That is true.
I've had bad experience with officers.
There's legislation that says, something about officers, they can't lie on the stand once they raise their right hand, but
Yeah, but the Supreme Court rules that all government officials can lie in their capacity.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it's hard to believe a word that a person's saying when they got the legal right to lie.
Man, you make a good point, man.
And if I lied to
I
you,
can't even be mad at you.
if I lied and gave
It
you
could be obstruction.
or your failure or falsely,
It's not fair. Nope.
it's not fair. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
No, 100%, bro. I got it. You just spit it. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing all right, man. What's your name, badge number, sir? Before we continue.
What can I help you with?
Nothing, man. I was
You
just.
said you want to talk to a supervisor.
Oh yeah, they try to say that this is their property, and that's what we're trying to figure out.
Okay. Yeah, over there it is, but over here it's not. So.
So you're saying that sign right there with the sign is their property?
Yeah. Basically, that's their property to the curb, part of that shared.
And is there any documents that you can show me that's their property? I got no problem IDing myself. I got no problem leaving, but I need to see some proof that that's their property. Somebody can tell me that this is their property too. We don't know that, and I need proof of that, man.
So the only proof, do you know how to get on the Riley County GIS website?
I'm not from here, man.
Well, do you have internet?
Oh, I got internet, bud.
If you want to pull it up real quick, I can show you. You'll be able to tell you exactly where all the lines are at. That way, if you got questions, you can go to that website, and I should refer to that website. You want me to help you on that?
You got a phone?
I do got a phone, but I don't use my personal phone. It's personal. I don't got a work phone, man. So if you want to do that, you're more welcome to do that. It's called Riley County GIS, as in George Ida Sam.
GIS.
When you pull that up, they'll do like an aerial photo. And they'll have like a little white outline of property lines. They'll do that for anything in Riley County.
Riley County.
That way you know exactly where you can and cannot go, and you won't have to get in trouble, with anything.
All right,
Cool?
so it's GSI. So am I being detained or anything?
No, you're not being detained.
So,
Heck no.
so am I free to go?
Yeah, you're good, man. Yep. Take care, sir.
You
All
too,
right.
man. I respect you guys.
All right, take care, bro.
You too, man.
This video reminds us, knowing the law is power, but staying calm while defending it? That's wisdom. Public property belongs to the people, and the Constitution doesn't pause at a gate. Next time someone questions your right to record, ask them one thing. Can you prove I'm wrong? They demand identification, but they can't show the law. That's why we keep recording, because truth matters. Want more real accountability? Like, share, and subscribe to keep these audits coming. The people deserve to know.